Okay, here we have the American Facetor faceting machine. I'm going to go over some of the details of the machine and how it works real quick. I'll do the best I can because I'm running the camera myself. It was made right around 75-ish or so. The serial number is number 339. I don't know if you can see that. It takes 6-inch laps. And real quick, let me go over some of this with you here. This is the mast arm. There's a counterweight, and this screw right here is your height adjustment for that. There's also another height adjustment, which is this screw right here, and this thing threads in there all the way, you know, so it'll come out another 4 or 5 inches. So this thing can stand up really tall if you wanted to do those longer blown glass rods or whatever. This is your water tank. Fill this with water, and you just kind of crack the lid a little bit, and that lets it have a slow, steady drip to keep the stones cool while you're grinding. This one right here, this is just a rubber washer, which is kind of difficult to get off, but this is where you put your lap. I can't get the rubber washer off. There we go. So you put your laps on here. I've got 4 different laps here. None of them are super good. I would advise getting new laps. They're very well worn. It's the ones I got with it when I bought it. I bought some new laps, but they get to be kind of expensive, so I'm going to hold on to the ones I bought. They're about 150 bucks a piece for Crystalite laps. You can find some used ones once in a while. The water tank, you can just kind of move it in and out of the way wherever you want. The on-off is just this dial. The numbers on the dial don't necessarily represent RPMs. It's just slow. You know, really fast. And here, when you get it cranked all the way up, it's moving. We'll go over some more detail on the mast real quick. This mast right here, you'll see a pointer with angles. I know that the camera's not really focusing very well right now. I apologize for that, but this is your angle 0 to 90. And what you do is you set your angle, and then this piece right here is where you put your dop. I'm just going to grab one of these dops. I've got a whole drawer full of them. And then these are the index gears. Let me hold this for a second, this camera. So you have your dop here, and you put your index gear on your dop. I have all the books, and it goes over all this, but you tighten that set screw, and then you tighten this screw here, and say you want to set this for 42 degrees. Alright, so say you want to set this at 42 degrees, which is where that's set now, and then this index gear allows you to have positions all the way around so that you can have that same position ground at whatever index you want. Now this dop here is where you glue your glass or your stone or whatever you're fastening on. You glue it, or you can wax it on the end. And so you turn the machine on, grind down to where you want to go, flip it, you know, change your index. So say if you were doing a 12 index stone, you know, you'd index it every 8 points on a 96 index dop. So you just keep rotating this thing around, and when you're done with that, then you would change your angle here, go on to the next one, so on and so forth. And if you follow GemCAD diagrams or whatever you find on the internet. As far as index gears go, I have a ton of them. There's all different ones for different shapes and sizes. I have the one for you know, an emerald cut, a pear cut, hearts. I've got a couple of 96s, which is your most prominent cut. I've got some 120s, some 64s. These index gears are about 50 bucks a piece on eBay. They don't make this machine anymore. Obviously, the company's been sold out. It's ARG sales, and like I said, I've got the original receipt and all that stuff. These are all dops, and this is a tabling adapter. This is how you put the table on the top of the crown. You put this in here, and then, of course, my light just went out. You put this in here. and then you put the dop in the bottom, and the book goes over all this with you. I'm just being redundant, but and then you set it to 45 degrees, and you get a perfectly flat table. This is the preforming tool that came with it. I never really used it. I just did all my preforming by hand. And there's an extra washer, lock washer, jam nut for here, but I used to want this thing traveling all the way down to the butt base, so I'd never used it. And then when you want to do your girdles, you actually take this piece off and put it here in this hole, tighten it with that Allen screw there, and it just, it just unscrews with this knob right here, and you can pull the whole thing out. And that's how you do your girdles, and then you would screw this piece back onto the top here, and that gives you your girdle angle. Again, I never really used that pointer. I would just eyeball it, but that's just me. All really depends on what you want to do with it. So here you have everything that I would include. I paid $900 just for this machine on eBay, and it's a very good machine. I've got some very nice stones with it. I can send you some pictures or whatever. I bought a bunch more index wheels and a bunch more dops, so I've got way more than that invested. I've got about $1,500 invested, but it's a great machine, and I hope this answers some of your questions. If you got any more, give me a holler. Thanks.